Hello. I just get comfortable. I probably should have got comfortable beforehand, but talk about that word should. Welcome to my Facebook Live today. I'm going to be talking about language, which is what we say to ourselves, internal talk, and what we say to others, which is our external talk. We're also going to talk about oops, don't know how to stop that. I'm also going to talk about how people react when we say certain things, because some of the time it's not our intention to say certain things, but the way they react really leaves us and lands us on our ass. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So we're talking about language, very simple, and I'm not talking about the swear words that come out of our mouth as well. So this week's been an interesting week about language, of how I've said a few things to people and how they've reacted, how they've taken things on board and taken action, or got a little bit hostile, would be the nicest way, frustrated, run away, don't want to deal with it. So let's talk about that. So what we say to ourselves internally has to be, and it's a has to, love to, choose to, all those words. You have to be nurturing yourself. If you're not nurturing yourself and not looking after yourself, other people can't nurture and look after you. Now, it's actually really about you putting your own oxygen mask on first. So what we say to ourselves internally is the most important thing. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, "Man, I'm gorgeous," or "You are such an amazing person. You have a gift that you can share with people. You're going to have an amazing day today. Go out there and do something with it"? When was the last time you actually looked in the mirror and acknowledged yourself through your eyes and said something like that? So today I double dare you to say something gentle and kind to yourself internally, but it's actually going to come externally, and do it in front of a mirror. I quite often go to the toilet, and yes, I do go to the toilet, just so people know that I am human. Go to the toilet, and when I wash my hands, I give myself a little wink. That's just me. Now, I sometimes don't talk to myself, but I give myself a wink just to acknowledge who I am, and away you go for your day. So what you say to yourself internal is very important. Now, external is what you say to yourself to other people. So external could be, external is when you say things to yourself, but it actually comes out your mouth. So you could be saying things like, "Oh my God, I'm a bad boyfriend." "Oh my God, I'm a bad girlfriend." Or, hi to the people who have joined. "Oh my gosh, this is really not good. You're not good enough." This external talk will actually destroy your inner soul and not give you any fulfillment of where you're going. So what comes out your mouth externally to yourself is really important as well. So, like I say, I give myself a little wink when I look in the mirror. Whatever you want to do, acknowledge yourself, how magnificent you really are. Now, this isn't about pumping you up to be this most amazing, significant person. This is actually just about who you are as a person and just giving yourself internal fulfillment. Now, you're not going to go into the mirror and go, "Rah, rah, rah, I'm the most amazing person in the world. I have this, this, and this, and I've got a great body, and I've got a great mind, and I've got this, this, and this going for me." This is not what it's about. It's actually just sitting in your heart, feeding your soul to give yourself just a little bit of nurturing back. Now, the other part of external is what you say to other people that come out your mouth. So like this week I said something to somebody and I hadn't even realized, and it took effect on them, so much so that they actually didn't even get on their client call with me. Now, that was, to me, was quite upsetting, because I didn't realize what I said had such a large impact on people, on this particular person. We worked through it, and they realized why I said it and how I said it to them. But you cannot actually stop how other people react to when you say things. So you may say, my favorite one is actually one of the things I brought my daughter up. She's probably going to get myself in trouble here. Is one of the things she used to say to me is, "I love you." Now, I love you, as a young girl, I was conscious of not actually teaching her to say, when someone says "I love you" to her, that you don't say "I love you" straight back. You have to decide if this is what you want to say, or you're pressured into saying those words. Because quite often we say things that we think other people need to hear to make them feel better, or to dig us out of a hole or something. So, my daughter would say to me, "I love you," and I'd say, "Thank you." Now, I do definitely love her, but I would acknowledge her for who she is. Now, this didn't happen all the time for those parents or those people who think that I'm a big mean mum. Yes, I clearly am a mean mum, but I'm also a kind and gentle soul as well. Mum. Maybe if she came in here and had an opinion, she might tell something different. But so when we say I love you to somebody, I didn't want her, being a young female growing up, that she felt obligated to say that back. So I would say that to her, and I taught her to say thank you or, oh, I hear you. And then it can involve a conversation or a dialogue. So we can't manipulate the conversation to get people who come back and how they react. So when you say something to somebody, you've got to choose your words that they're not reactive, that they're actually speaking from the heart. And when you get to that reactive, I just want to scream at you or say something, it's wiser just to hold it in, because when it's out, you can't take it back. Now, I'm not saying hold everything inside your head, that you're not going to be able to articulate it, because that just screws up your internals, but actually express it in a way that you think they're going to understand, and they're going to receive it generally from the heart, not from you forcing out your mind and saying words. So I just want to jump back to our internal talk and our external talk on our own. So one of the things we talk to, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 things that I learned from Dr. John Demartini, and this is language that I actually use in my everyday talks, because it just seems so common. So when we have to do something, we're using suicidal thoughts, real negative, deep, dark places. So if I was to say, I have to go to work, I have to go to work today. It's a real, I have to do this. I have to do this. And it's a real negative, dark thought. I ought to go to work today as a survival, John calls it a survival language. And ought to means, I ought to go to work because it's going to give me more money. Or I ought to go to work because, and it's a survival, ought to go to work to keep away from my wife or my husband. I need to go to work today is a security, meaning we need to go to work because we've got to do it for something else, to get the money in the house or anything like that. Want to, 1, 2, 3, want to language is I want to go do it because it's social. It's going to give me a vibrant lift of energy. So when you use the language, I want to go to work today, I want to go to work, and you're a little bit bubbly, a little bit bubbly in your energy. The next one is desire. I desire to go to work today. Now, desire to me has a little bit of a sexual connotation. That's me. I don't know. John tells me it's a bit different in his mind. So it's actually about self-esteem. I desire to go to work, but I think it has a little turn to it. So I quite often not use desire in a public setting. Choose to go to work is a fulfillment. I choose to go to work. It's actually allowing you yourself to put your shoulders back and acknowledge who you are, and it's a self-fulfillment. So I choose to go to work today. And my favorite one is I love to, which is a self-actualization, is I love to go to work today. Now, if you use that language now in something you have to do today, go to work, go to school, university, go to do your housework, go see your in-laws, whatever it is, talk to your partner, whatever is it. Instead of doing the have to do this, which is dark, shoulders down, dreary, I love to do this. So I love to go to my in-laws for lunch. I would love to do the housework today. I would love to go to work. Your whole body language changes. Now your shoulders come back, and I refer it as a little bit as a porn star. Your shoulders come back, your chest goes out, you're actually a lot more confident, and it's a self-confidence, not somebody telling you what it is. So it's a self-confidence of who you are when you love to do things. So just think today of something that you'd love to, well, have to do, ought to do, need to do, and just change that word. Oh, I'd love to go and do this. I'd love to go do that. But you can hear there's just a different kick in your mind of what you'd love to do. So let's just recap where we are. We're talking about what you have to say, what you say to yourself internally, and what you say to yourself externally. Oh, that's where I've got to look. I keep forgetting where to look. What you say to yourself internally, which is your internal dialogue, your thought process, and your external is what you say to yourself out your mouth, but also what you say outside your mouth to other people. Now, I'm going to reconfirm you cannot take on what other people say of how they react. So if you may say, I don't want to go there tonight, I don't want to go out for dinner tonight, and they react, you can't take that on. That's their stuff. What you can do is you can look at how you said it, and you can say things oh, it's been a long, hard day at work, I'm really tired, I'd rather not go tonight, but maybe we could do something tomorrow night, or maybe we could have a special dinner in. So you're actually reframing what they want to do without slamming them, saying, I'm not going out tonight. So you can see how, but you can change the wording of how you word to stop that reactive reaction that you're going to get from people. So if that doesn't make any sense, please just send me a message and let me know, because I'm thinking this is making sense in my mind, but I don't know. Here I'm talking about language and going, is this actually landing for you? So I'll just recap. What you say to yourself internally and externally has to be love to, choose to, desire to. It actually has to. No negotiation. None of this have to. You love to do it, is give yourself some beautiful, nice internal talk. Be gentle on yourself. Be kind on yourself. Because if you're not, what's going to happen to you? You're going to destroy your soul. So your whys are just to nurture and massage your own soul rather than sit and have it destroyed. You can't worry about what other people react, but you can just tweak how you say things to them, okay? Have to is a down talk. Ought to, need to, want to is a down, dark, low vibe talk. Desire to, that's that one, brings your self-esteem up. Choose to, I choose to do this, gives you a self-fulfillment. And love to, I say, brings out your porn star. I'd love to do that. Shoulders back, chest out, got confidence, but it's your confidence, not confidence that other people tell you what to do. Okay, so that's it for me today. That's what we're going to talk about, language. Let's see how many times you can love to in your conversation today, and watch how people react when you say things. Of course, you don't know what situation they've had just before that, so when you decline them or when you accept them or whatever it is, you don't know what's gone on for their day prior to this. So I would love some feedback from you if there's anything you'd like me to talk about next week. Next week I'm going to be in Sydney. Very exciting. And I've got a lovely person who's going to come and look after my little dog, Ben. So that's even more exciting, because that's the worry that I have when I travel, is who's going to look after my little cherub, my fur baby, Ben. So thank you very much, everybody. I will see you next week in Sydney, but if you'd like to send me messages, please do so. Oh, we've got a Christchurch person. Yay. Hi, Melissa. Thank you very much. And this is Debs Cooper, over and out. Thanks, peeps. Language all the day, all day. No swear words. Maybe a few, maybe not. Bye.